Security breach at actor and TVK chief Vijay's house. Intruder found on the terrace. Vijay urges police commissioner to take immediate action. Deepika Padukone dropped from Kalki sequel. Filmmakers say can't afford her 25% hike and her demand for a 7-hour shift. Netizens in Delhi and Mumbai flock to Apple stores as iPhone 17 now on sale. Scuffle outside the Mumbai store amid heavy rush. Assamese singer Zubeen Garg dies in a scuba diving accident in Singapore. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma offers his condolences. There's a massive controversy surrounding former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. BJP has now flagged JKLF terrorist Yasin Malik's Delhi High Court affidavit, claiming that in 2006 he met with Lashkar-e-Toiba founder and 2611 mastermind Hafiz Saeed in Pakistan at the request of senior intelligence officers of the UPA government back then. In his affidavit, Yasin Malik has said that this meeting was part of back-channel talks that were being undertaken and that the then Prime Minister, Manmohan Singh, had later thanked him for it. Malik, who is guilty of killing 3 Air Force personnel, says that the meeting wasn't his initiative and was the government's. BJP says these claims now raise serious questions over the UPA's national security handling. Meanwhile, Mehbooba Mufti has written to Union Home Minister Amit Shah appealing for a compassionate and urgent review of Yasin Malik's case on humanitarian grounds. Mufti says that while she differs with Malik's political ideology, one cannot ignore the courage it took for him to renounce violence and embrace political engagement through non-violence.
भारत एक आतंकी को, यासीन मलिक एक कन्विक्टेड आतंकी है। उसने 4 एयरफोर्स के ऑफिसर्स को मारा है। उसने कश्मीरी हिंदुओं का खून बहा है। ऐसे व्यक्ति को भारत पाकिस्तान भेजता है। उसकी इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज, भारत की उस समय की इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज इस पूरे प्रोजेक्ट को अंजाम देती है और हाफिज सईद से बात करने के लिए 2006 में, और जब वो लौट कर आता है यासीन मलिक, तो पर्सनली मनमोहन सिंह जी, यूपीए की सरकार उसको थैंक यू बोलती है। और थैंक यू क्यों बोलती है? 2008 में उसके बाद इसी हाफिज सईद ने, इसी लश्कर-ए-तैयबा ने 26/11 किया और उस पर कार्रवाई करने के बदले आतंक के ऊपर ठोस निर्णायक कार्रवाई, जैसे फली मेजर चाहते थे, एयरफोर्स चाहती थी, आर्म फोर्सेस चाहते थे, उसके बदले मोस्ट फेवर्ड नेशन का स्टेटस दिया। आप बताइए क्या मानसिकता है? ये पहलगाम हो, पुलवामा हो, 26/11 हो, सब में पाकिस्तान को क्लीन चिट देने के लिए कांग्रेस पार्टी सामने आती है। कांग्रेस आईएनसी इस्लामाबाद नेशनल कांग्रेस बन चुकी है। ये इस्लामाबाद नेशनल कांग्रेस है।
एक यासिन मलिक का कबूलनामा आया जिसमें वो हाफिज सईद से मिले थे। उसके बाद प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने उन्हें थैंक किया था। इस पर बीजेपी सवाल उठा रही है कि नेशनल सुरक्षा को लेकर ये किस तरह की नीति थी?
अरे भाई, भारतीय जनता पार्टी जब बोलती है तो हम लोग को आश्चर्य होता है कि जिसने आतंकवादियों को हवाई जहाज़ पर बैठाकर अफगानिस्तान पहुंचाया था, वो हमसे बात कर रहे हैं, वो इस तरह की बातें कर रहे हैं। अपने इतिहास को उठाकर देखें ना पहले भारतीय जनता पार्टी के हमने क्या किया है। वो पाकिस्तान की जो एजेंसी है, खुफिया एजेंसी, उसको किसने भारत बुलाया था? किसकी सरकार ने बुलाया था? तो ये सब बातें लोगों को याद है, भूले नहीं।
यासीन मलिक के हल्फिया बयान से ये स्पष्ट हो चुका है कि वायु सेना के अधिकारियों सहित कई बेगुनाहों के कातिल यासीन मलिक कांग्रेस की केंद्र सरकार के कहने पर एक राजदूत बनकर मोस्ट वांटेड आतंकवादियों से भारत की ओर से बातचीत कर रहे थे। राहुल गांधी जी, स्पष्ट करिए। यह हल्फिया बयान बताता है कि जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर या देश के अंदर जो बड़ी आतंकी घटनाएं हुई हैं, उसके पर्दे के पीछे आपकी पार्टी क्या खेल खेल रही थी?
Arunima now joins us, getting us more details on this. Arunima, as far as this affidavit of Yasin Malik goes, there are several issues that have now cropped up. Of course, the BJP is concentrating on what he has spoken of as praise coming in from Dr. Manmohan Singh. That meeting with Manmohan Singh has also given ammunition to the BJP on many occasions in the past.
Yes, absolutely right. Because Yasin Malik in that affidavit goes into detail about how the establishment, which is the Intelligence Bureau, the National Security Advisor's Office, they all encouraged him to, use. This is the time period when Pakistan was recovering from a earthquake and the situation was devastating. So post that, India's establishment, as per Yasin Malik, encouraged him to visit Pakistan and meet Hafiz Saeed as well and the other officials there to try and see if there could be any back channel opened up. But beyond this, Yasin Malik's affidavit also names various other prime ministers, starting with I.K. Gujral. He even named some of the close aides of then Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee to make this claim. And this is a claim that he is making. We do not know whether it is substantiated or not. But he makes this claim that right from I.K. Gujral all the way up to Dr. Manmohan Singh, the establishment, the government of the day here in New Delhi was using Yasin Malik to open that back channel with Pakistan. And subsequently, when the Narendra Modi government came to power, he said in the first term of the Narendra Modi government also, not much had changed. It was only after August 5th, 2019 that he got a call from the local station house officer when he was at a dinner at Dal Jheel. And he was asked by the local SHO to come and meet him and said that the IG wants to have coffee with you. And it was then that he was told that he's going to be detained as a state guest. And subsequently, he was arrested and taken to NIA. And then he goes on to detail how allegedly NIA officials, tortured him. So the kind of portrayal that Yasin Malik is here to do before the Delhi High Court is that he is not the terrorist that NIA is portraying him. He does not deserve the death penalty. He has earlier served with various governments in various capacities in back channel talks. And it's only now that the government of the day does not agree with that politics that he is being quote-unquote victimized and death sentence is being asked for him.
Right, Arunima, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Speaking of the Congress and its controversies, its overseas chief Sam Pitroda has stoked a fresh one, saying that India's foreign policy must focus on its neighbours and maintain good relations. While that may not necessarily be controversial, he took a pro-Pakistani line and Sam Pitroda claimed that he felt like home when he visited Pakistan. The ruling BJP has now reacted sharply, launching a fierce attack on the Grand Old Party, saying that the party's undying love for Pakistan has once again come out in the open. It further dubbed the Grand Old Party as Islamabad National Congress, demanding that Rahul Gandhi apologise to the nation.
Our foreign policy, according to me, must first focus on our neighborhood. Can we really substantially improve relationship with our neighbor? They are all small. They all need help. They are all going through difficult times. And there's no need to fight. Of course, there is a problem of violence. Of course, there is a problem of terrorism and all that is there. But at the end of the day, in that neighborhood, there is common gene pool. I've been to Pakistan. And I must tell you, I felt at home. I've been to Bangladesh. I've been to Nepal. And I feel at home. I don't feel like I'm in foreign country. They look like me, they talk like me, they like my songs, they eat my food. Okay? So I must learn to live with them in peace and harmony. That's my first priority.
तो एक तरफ राहुल गांधी भारतीय स्टेट के खिलाफ लड़ना चाहते हैं, दूसरी तरफ राहुल गांधी के करीबी पाकिस्तान को अपना घर समझते हैं। मतलब आतंकियों के साथ में इश्क ये लड़ाना चाहते हैं, आतंकी पाकिस्तान को अपना घर ये कहते हैं और भारत को, भारत की संप्रभुता और अखंडता को, भारत के वीर सैनिकों के वीरता को ये अपमानित करते हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी की नीति और नियत देश प्रेम नहीं, आतंकी पाकिस्तान प्रेम है। इसीलिए जब कांग्रेस पार्टी का शासनकाल था तो ये 26/11 आतंकवादी हमले पे इन्होंने पाकिस्तान में घर में घुस के नहीं मारा, इन्होंने पाकिस्तान को क्लीन चिट दे दी।
Sam Pitroda has once again put the Congress party in a tough spot. There have been several other occasions in the past when he's made controversial comments that the Congress has distanced themselves from, including the one that he made just last year, where he spoke about how South Indians look like Africans, those from Northeast India look like Chinese, and that had triggered a massive furor, given that it came around the time that there were Lok Sabha elections that were being held. Pallavi, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details on this. Pallavi, so far the Congress has maintained complete silence on Sam Pitroda. Could we expect any response from them, or is this how the strategy is going to go like?
By Mr. Pawan Khera, of course, he was talking in a different context. But what Congress is saying is that the fact that every time the BJP wants to raise this issue, what they are trying to do is that they are trying to divert attention from the vote chori thing. They don't want to, the focus to be on that. They don't want to ask any questions. Poonam, as far as Sam Pitroda goes, you already listed out the multiple occasions on which he's ended up embarrassing the party. And I remember he was removed as the president of the Overseas Congress, then reinstated. And just recently, when Rahul Gandhi had gone abroad, beside him was standing Sam Pitroda, who was the first one to greet him when he had gone to America, which goes on to show the proximity of Sam Pitroda to the Gandhi family, the fact that the party perhaps cannot do without him, and he continues to hold a very, very strong connect with the Gandhi family. So even if at this point of time the Congress decides to take some action against him, I don't think it's going to cut much ice with the BJP, because they'll say that, look, he was removed, reinstated, he's being removed, and again he's going to be reinstated, and how come he's an habitual offender, yet he continues to be connected with the Congress.
Right. Pallavi, thank you so much for getting us that perspective. It remains to be seen how long before the Congress does take any action, given how controversial Sam Pitroda can be on occasions like this. But let's listen in to some more reactions that have poured in.
आपकी पार्टी के नेता हैं सैम पिट्रोदा साहब, राहुल गांधी के करीबी भी हैं, वो कह रहे हैं कि नेबरहुड पे फोकस करना चाहिए, एक तरह से पाकिस्तान के साथ रिश्ते सुधारने पर जोर दे रहे हैं, बातचीत की वकालत कर रहे हैं। ये संभव है आज की तारीख में ये बयान?
देखिए, ऐसा है कि अटल जी भी उनकी बात हमेशा याद रखनी चाहिए कि पड़ोसी बदले नहीं जा सकते, सब कुछ बदल सकता है, पड़ोसी नहीं बदला सकता। तो पड़ोसी देशों के साथ हमारे रिलेशन अच्छे हो, उसके लिए हमारे प्रधानमंत्री, वर्तमान प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी लाहौर गए, वहाँ जाकर उन्होंने नवाज शरीफ साहब की माता जी का पैर छुआ। उसके पहले अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी गए, उसके बाद अडवाणी जी गए। अडवाणी जी तो जिला की मज़ार तक पर गए। तो कोशिश तो हमारी तरफ से, भारत की तरफ से हमेशा होती रही। पाकिस्तान का भले ही रवैया ठीक नहीं हो, लेकिन भारत ने हमेशा कोशिश किया है कि अपने पड़ोसी देशों के साथ हमारे रिलेशन अच्छे हो।
आज की तारीख में इस मत की समर्थक है कि पाकिस्तान से रिश्ते सुधारे जाएं?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। हम तो इसीलिए कह रहे हैं कि आज स्थिति दूसरी है, आज परिस्थिति दूसरी है, लेकिन हमारे नेताओं ने, हमारे प्रधानमंत्रियों ने, हमारे बड़े बड़े नेताओं ने प्रयास किया कि पाकिस्तान के साथ हमारे संबंध अच्छे हो, और उसके लिए जितनी भी कोशिश हो सकती किया, भले ही नहीं हुआ हो।
आज होनी चाहिए बातचीत?
नहीं, आज तो हम नहीं समझते कि उस स्थिति में हम लोग हैं।
तो आप मानते हैं कि वो बयान अभी जो दिया है उसको कांग्रेस एंडोर्स नहीं करे?
नहीं, सैम पिट्रोडा जी का बयान ये नहीं है कि आज हो, उन्होंने होना चाहिए। सभी पड़ोसी देशों के साथ हमारे संबंध अच्छे होने चाहिए, इसमें क्या बुराई है?
Once again, the undying love of Congress party for Pakistan has come out. No wonder INC is not Indian National Congress, it is Islamabad National Congress. Uncle Sam, the closest ally of Rahul Gandhi, family friend of Gandhi family, high position holder in Overseas Congress, says that in Pakistan and Bangladesh, where Hindus are murdered, Hindus are killed, he feels at home. This is the mindset of Congress party. The same Sam Pitroda finds that South Indians are Africans, Northeast Indians are Chinese, somebody is Arabic, but he finds himself at home in Pakistan, the same Pakistan that bleeds India. This love for Pakistan has been seen when Yasin Malik, a convicted terrorist, was used by the Manmohan Singh government to talk to Hafiz Saeed, another terrorist who did 26/11. And we got only terror attacks. No wonder they never took any strong action on Pakistan, because they love Pakistan. They feel at home in Pakistan. Look at the manner in which this Sam Pitroda has given clean chit to Pakistan in various blasts. Congress and Rahul की एक ही पहचान, सेना का अपमान, पाकिस्तान को बनाओ भाईजान।
Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, after his second round of campaign against alleged vote theft, posted on social media that students, youth of the country and the Gen Z will save the constitution and protect democracy. He added that he stands firmly with them, but his use of the term Gen Z has now sparked a fresh debate. The generation notably spearheaded protests in our neighbouring countries like Nepal and Bangladesh that ultimately led to the downfall of the ruling government. And that has now triggered a sharp response from the BJP, including from the Modi government. In fact, Union Minister Kiran Rijiju was one of the first ones to launch a scathing attack on the Congress party, accusing Rahul Gandhi of echoing Pakistan's narrative on key national issues.
नहीं, हम तो चाहते हैं कि वो भड़काएं, क्योंकि इस देश में जेन जी जनरेशन नेक्स्ट जो है, जो युवा है, वो 2 बार आंदोलन कर चुके हैं। जेन जी क्या चाहता है? नेपाल और बांग्लादेश के यदि हालात को देखें तो सबसे पहले वो चाहता है कि परिवारवाद के खिलाफ, क्योंकि जितनी थी शेख हसीना से लेके सारे पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के जो लोग थे सबको उन्होंने भगाया। यहाँ भी आप देखिए, शेर बहादुर देवा के खिलाफ हो, प्रचंड के खिलाफ हो, बाबूराम के खिलाफ हो, सब जगह इसी तरह का माहौल है, या महासेठ के खिलाफ हो। दूसरा भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ है। 2G किसने किया? कॉमनवेल्थ किसने किया? कोयला घोटाला किसने किया? आपके फादर के नाम बार बार आते रहे बोफोर्स में, ये किसने किया? तो भ्रष्टाचार का 11 साल में हमारी सरकार के खिलाफ तो कोई माहौल नहीं है। तो ये जो है भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़ाई यदि होगी तो किसके खिलाफ जाएगा? वो आपके खिलाफ जाएगा, आपके लोगों के खिलाफ जाएगा। और तीसरा सवाल ये है जो बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है और जिसके लिए जेन जी करता रहेगा, लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता होने के नाते हम उसको प्रोटेक्ट करते रहेंगे कि ये संविधान बदलने का काम जो है, आज संपत्ति का मौलिक अधिकार हमारे पास नहीं है, गरीबों के पास अपने जमीन का अधिकार नहीं है, सरकार ने ले लिया। किसने ले लिया? मौलिक अधिकार से, फंडामेंटल राइट से इंदिरा जी ने खत्म कर लिया। प्रेस की सेंसरशिप हो गई 75 में। लेकिन आप ये समझिए कि वो चाहता है, बांग्लादेश में वो इस्लामिक राष्ट्र बनाना चाहता है और नेपाल में उसका एक एजेंडा है हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाने का। भारत में यदि वो हिंदू राष्ट्र बनाने के लिए आ जाएगा तो क्या करोगे? नेहरू जी इस देश का 2 ही बंटवारा कर पाए, कांग्रेस का रेजोल्यूशन था। ये सोरोस फाउंडेशन के साथ मिलकर, रॉकफेलर फाउंडेशन के साथ मिलकर, यूएसएड के साथ मिलकर ये सारे एजेंडा वो चला रहे हैं। ये देश को टुकड़े टुकड़े करना चाहते हैं। हम देश के टुकड़े नहीं होने देंगे और यही युवा जब आपको भगाएगा तो हम यहां बैठकर तमाशा देखेंगे।
देश में ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी क्या गृह युद्ध के लिए ललकार रही है? क्या बोल रहे हैं उसके प्रवक्ता, उसके नेता? जवाब में कन्नौज से सांसद रहे और इस समय भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एक बड़े पदाधिकारी सुब्रत पाठक कह रहे हैं कि सड़कों पर दौड़ा दौड़ा के जंजी मारे जाएंगे। कह रहे हैं अखिलेश यादव, जिन्होंने इनको हराया है लाखों वोट से और जिनके साथ चुनाव में गए थे राहुल गांधी, उनके घर जला दिए जाएंगे। अगर सरकार में जरा भी नैतिक साहस है तो मुकदमा कायम करे और इनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करे, और अगर नहीं करती है तो मैं यही कहूंगा, ये जो कुछ हो रहा है प्रधानमंत्री और गृहमंत्री के इशारे पे हो रहा है, ये देश के लिए शुभ लक्षण नहीं है। और अगर देश को इस तरह आपसी फूट, लड़ाई में हिंसा के लिए ललकारा जाएगा तो ये देश का न प्रकृति है न चरित्र है। मैं निंदा करता हूं कठोरतम शब्दों।
Just to divert and to cover up the failure of Rahul Gandhi's own elections and all his efforts, he cannot blame, he cannot target any other institution, or he cannot shift the focus to something else. And whatever the narratives Pakistan creates, same narrative is propounded by Rahul Gandhi and his company here in India. So we have realized in last so many years, whatever Rahul Gandhi and his left group speaks about and tries to create a narrative in India, same thing is found to be used by the anti-Indian groups and the elements in Pakistan. So that similarity we have found over the years.
बिल्कुल नहीं भड़का रहे, लेकिन ये बात भी सच्चाई है, हकीकत है कि जो नया जनरेशन होता है, जो यंग जनरेशन होता है, वो हमेशा देश में अगर कोई परिवर्तन आता है, कोई क्रांति आती है, कोई बदलाव आता है, उसमें उसकी हिस्सेदारी होती है। हमने देखा है, अपने जीवन काल में भी देखा है, चाहे जेपी आंदोलन हो, चाहे उससे पहले आज़ादी की लड़ाई हो, और बहुत सारी जो जब इस तरह की बातें उठी है तो उसमें जनरेशन जी का बहुत हाथ रहा है। तो इसलिए अगर हम राहुल जी ने कहा है तो गलत नहीं कहा है कि उनको आगे आना होगा। अगर जो हालत है आज देश की, जिस तरह से हम हर चीज़ में पिछड़ते चले जा रहे हैं, हमारे यहाँ गरीबी बढ़ रही है, बेरोज़गारी बढ़ रही है, भ्रष्टाचार बढ़ रहा है, उसको तो रोकना है तो उस जनरेशन को भी अपनी भूमिका निभानी पड़ेगी।
अब तो उन्होंने अपने अर्बन माओइस्ट होने का सबूत ही दे दिया। अर्बन माओइस्टों वाली भाषा वो कर रहे हैं कि जेनजी ने आकर संवैधानिक सरकार को उलट देना चाहिए। इस प्रकार की बात जब कोई करता है तो इससे अलग बात अर्बन माओइस्ट क्या करते हैं? उनके सारे जो लोग एडवाइस देते हैं, सारे एडवाइजर उनके ये अर्बन माओइस्ट इस प्रकार की विचारधारा के हैं। लेकिन इस भारत की जेनजी जो है ये भारत के संविधान में विश्वास रखती है।
उन्होंने युवाओं, छात्रों सबका नाम लिया। जेनजेड तो मीडिया ने पकड़ लिया नेपाल सुन करके, मतलब उसके दूसरे शब्द भी हो सकते हैं। महत्वपूर्ण ये नहीं है कि उन्होंने कहा कौन रोकेंगे, भारत का लोकतंत्र रोकेगा। भाई बीमार पड़ गया है, संस्थाओं को जो काम करना था वो नहीं कर पा रहे। इवन बीजेपी के सपोर्टर्स के मन में, वोटर्स के मन में ये एक खौफ बैठ गया है कि मेरा वोट क्या उसी डेस्टिनेशन पे पहुंच रहा है? क्या मैं स्वतंत्र हूं? क्या मेरे वोट का वही मतलब रहा जो कई वर्षों पहले हुआ करता था? ये एक ऐसा क्रिटिकल क्षण है हमारे लोकतंत्र के लिए कि अगर हमने सारी चीजें दुरुस्त नहीं की तो ये भरभरा के गिर जाएगा।
नहीं, ये क्या कहना चाहता है मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है। देश में इतना अच्छी तरह से एक व्यवस्था है और दुनिया में हम लार्जेस्ट डेमोक्रेसी हैं। अगर लोग उनको वोट नहीं देते, जनता उनको सत्ता नहीं देते, तो गलती हमारा है क्या? ये क्या नॉनसेंस बात कर रहे हैं राहुल गांधी। तो नेपाल को कंपेयर करते हैं, श्रीलंका को कंपेयर करते हैं, ये तरीका है क्या? और मैं बहुत बार ये प्रश्न, एक तो पहले जो उन्होंने जो कल आरोप लगाया है आनंद का, डिलीट हुआ है क्या? डिलीट हुआ है नहीं, ये तो नहीं बताया अभी तक। और ऐसे तो डिलीट कर ही नहीं सकते हैं।
We have some news now coming in. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has congratulated ABVP for its resounding victory in the Delhi University polls. He says this victory is a reflection of the unwavering faith of the youth in the nation-first ideology. This triumph will further accelerate the journey of transforming the council's student power into national power, says Union Home Minister Amit Shah. The recently concluded Delhi University student body elections ended up with 3 out of the 4 seats for the ABVP and 1 for the NSUI, which is the Congress-backed student union. Payal, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details on this. Payal, we've seen about 39% voting take place during that election, but 3 out of the 4 key posts are now with the BJP-backed ABVP. Union Home Minister, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, all coming out to congratulate the winners.
Well, of course, most of these leaders in the BJP have had a background, Poonam, when they came in from ABVP, where that is where their formative years have really been. But the kind of dominance under the present circumstances, especially in the wake of what Rahul Gandhi has been saying in the last 24 hours or so, when he mentioned about, the fact that Gen Z is going to go a certain way, that's actually putting a lot of sting in the step as far as the BJP leaders are concerned. They welcome what has happened in the DISU elections. They're congratulating the ABVP. At the same time, saying that only those forces who actually want to keep the nation first are the forces that actually can guide the youngsters as well. In fact, BJP's Delhi chief Virendra Sachdeva has come out and taunted Rahul Gandhi and essentially said that now Rahul Gandhi will really want to understand and will hopefully know where the young minds of this country really want to go, and they trust the BJP and they trust the ABVP, which is of course an organization backed by the BJP RSS, essentially as the way that can take the country forward. So there are no takers for
the divisive politics of NSUI. That's the taunt that's coming the Congress party's way.
Right, Payal, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Like she pointed out, several BJP leaders owe their rise within the BJP from their start at the ABVP. That's exactly what the Union Home Minister was also pointing to. We'll keep a track of that and much more here on Nation at 5. But for now, a quick break.
This is News18 Network. India's largest news network.
Some more breaking news. US President Donald Trump reaffirmed his close relationship with Prime Minister Modi during a joint press conference with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Thursday, while expressing frustration that other Western allies continue purchasing Russian oil despite Washington's willingness to sanction even close partners like India. Trump says, and I quote, "I am very close to India. I am very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day. I wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship," unquote. He once again reaffirms good ties with India. Listen in to Donald Trump's reaction.
That the European nations were buying oil from Russia. And as you know, I'm very close to India. I'm very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day, wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship. He put out a beautiful statement too. But I said, I sanctioned them. China is paying a very large tariff right now to the United States. But I'm willing to do other things, but not when the people that I'm fighting for are buying oil from Russia. If the oil price comes down, very simply, Russia will settle.
All right, CNN News 18's Sanjay Suri is joining us live from United Kingdom at this point. Sanjay, we've seen off late Donald Trump has been speaking about his relationship with India. In fact, it started with when he posted on X that he shares a very special relationship with Prime Minister Modi and India. Now, once again, when he's in United Kingdom, in that press conference, he reiterated that. So can we say this is a major sign of thaw between India and United States as far as the tariff war is going on?
Well, it is certainly a thaw, but at the level of speech and at the level of communication, it hasn't spilled over yet into tariffs. It hasn't spilled over yet into any rethinking or revision of the decision on sanctions against India for oil imports from Russia. So we had the very pleasant communication reported to us on the birthday, very warm greetings, warmly reciprocated. And now that has been reinforced and reiterated at the press conference Trump held along with Keir Starmer at Chequers. Now this again is emphasizing a willingness for good relations with India, underlining personal good relations with Modi. But India is waiting really for these to spill over into action and consequences where they matter. The 50% tariff stands. The decision to oppose India's import of oil from Russia stands. There's no move to reverse that. In fact, on the contrary, we have a move now from the US government to revoke these sanctions. India had been let off sanctions over the Chabahar port in Iran, and that is being revoked now, so that in 10 days' time, as of September the 29th, India will not have the advantage of that waiver of sanctions that India has enjoyed for a number of years. So the US has made that move against India apparent today. It was announced by Secretary of State Marco Rubio. So at the level of actions, this is what we are getting from the US. At the level of language, this is what we are getting from Trump. At some point, this disconnect will have to end.
All right, Sanjay.
This is News18 Network. India's largest news network.
Some more breaking news. US President Donald Trump reaffirmed his close relationship with Prime Minister Modi during a joint press conference with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Thursday, while expressing frustration that other Western allies continue purchasing Russian oil despite Washington's willingness to sanction even close partners like India. Trump says, and I quote, "I am very close to India. I am very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day. I wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship," unquote. He once again reaffirms good ties with India. Listen in to Donald Trump's reaction.
That the European nations were buying oil from Russia. And as you know, I'm very close to India. I'm very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day, wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship. He put out a beautiful statement too. We have, but I said, I sanctioned them. China is paying a very large tariff right now to the United States. But I'm willing to do other things, but not when the people that I'm fighting for are buying oil from Russia. If the oil price comes down, very simply, Russia will settle.
All right, CNN News 18's Sanjay Suri is joining us live from United Kingdom at this point. Sanjay, we've seen off late Donald Trump has been speaking about his relationship with India. In fact, it started with when he posted on X that he shares a very special relationship with Prime Minister Modi and India. Now, once again, when he...
Welcome back to Nation at 5. We have a CNN News 18 exclusive for you. This is what we are learning from our sources within the Pakistani Air Force, that it converted an air ambulance into Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif's luxury jet. Airbus A1102, once dedicated for humanitarian missions, has now been transformed and fully modified with facilities that mirror Air Force One that ferries the US president around the world. Siddhant, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details. Yes, Siddhant.
Well, that's right, Poonam. This input has been brought to us exclusively by Manoj Gupta. And in fact, Manoj is reporting that Pakistani Air Force has converted the air ambulance, Poonam, into Prime Minister's luxury jet. The A1102 jet was used for humanitarian purposes as an air ambulance. The converted air ambulance, completely modified and equipped with all necessities like the US President's Air Force One jet. The converted new Pakistan Air Force jet A1102 Airbus C-19 has all facilities. Now, Pakistani Air Chief pleased Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif with converted luxury jet for his trip. The converted air ambulance, the same air ambulance, was used for the rescue purposes by Pakistani Air Force in the past. In fact, Pakistani mountaineer Samina Beg was rescued on the same plane from Skardu to Rawalpindi in July 2024. Now, imagine a situation, Poonam, where an IMF-ridden nation, no money to feed its people, but an air ambulance which was being used by Pakistan to rescue people for the medical evacuation, perhaps it has now been converted into a luxury jet for Shehbaz Sharif and Yasin Malik. Now, nation is dying to food starvation, but Pak PM is riding a luxury jet, and that too not a luxury jet, but a configured and transformed from air ambulance into a luxury jet. The Pakistan PM is using this jet for his Saudi, United Kingdom and United States visit. Pakistan PM always used a small jet for his visit till now. Now, according to sources, Pakistan Air Force has converted its air ambulance into luxury jet. Earlier, it was welcomed into the Pakistani Air Force, this particular jet, in May 2022 for humanitarian purposes. Now, this will be used as a VIP aircraft in Pakistan, and Shehbaz Sharif is using the same jet to travel to Qatar, Saudi Arabia, United Kingdom, and United States. Now, it also shows that despite economy in doldrums, people don't have food to eat. The Pakistani leadership is busy converting the air ambulance into the VIP aircraft. Perhaps it shows that they don't want to be seen lagging behind anywhere when it comes to competing with India.
Right, misplaced priorities to say the very least. Siddhant, do stay on with us. Colonel Rohit Dev is also joining us on the broadcast. So thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. This kind of development that's coming to the fore from Pakistan, does it even surprise you anymore?
What do I say about Pakistanis? I mean, they deserve the air ambulance more because of the casualties they suffer in peacetime and wartime. So I don't know what's the luxury in using it for somebody, in their polity or in their military. Very appalling. A country with such a poor set of economics and such high rate of casualties happening at the hands of the Balochistan forces today has got all the resources to put it into luxury. So it's actually not very surprising. The entire culture of the state of Punjab and Pakistan, the civilians, the politicians there, the people who control Pakistan, the military which controls Pakistan, actually is, eating off the money of the coffers of Pakistan, misusing all kind of resources. They have no qualms in doing it. Actually, it doesn't surprise anybody, probably, in India and abroad as well, that what is the state of these Pakistanis trying to use A319 out of all aircrafts, which is actually a good thing for an air ambulance. And if it's already there like that and been, used for rescue missions prior, I see no reason. The casualty rates in Pakistan is not declining, so I don't know why the air ambulance is getting converted to a luxury aircraft. There's just no reason.
Absolutely, and like any other decision that Pakistan does, very little of it does make sense in the long run or is in the interest of the people of Pakistan. But Rohit Dev, thank you so much for speaking with us here. The iPhone 17 has made a splash here in India. Mumbai witnessed chaotic scenes earlier today as a scuffle broke out outside the Apple store at Balakura complex. Even as we saw the iPhone 17 series hit the shelves in India, large crowds had gathered outside every store, not just in Mumbai, here in the national capital as well. Some people lining up since midnight or in the wee hours of the morning to get their hands on the new device. That led to a rush situation, at least in Mumbai. Amid that heavy footfall, a minor altercation erupted among a few people. It prompted immediate intervention by security personnel. The incident was quickly brought under control and no injuries were reported. And despite that disruption, excitement remained high as customers continued to queue up eagerly for the latest iPhone model.
Sale for iPhone 17 series has begun here in India, and here in New Delhi we have people lined up since early morning for the purchase. I can show you the visuals. In fact, this is the line where I'm showing you those who are in fact willing and interested in taking iPhone 17 and want to in fact get their piece. In fact, I am joined by some individuals who were there in line and have finally got their iPhones. Sir, what's your name? क्या नाम है आपका?
अंकित.
अंकित, कितने देख रहा हूँ काफी मल्टीपल पैकेज यू हैव गॉट. कितने फोन लिए हैं?
3 फोन लिए मैंने.
और कौन-कौन से?
प्रो मैक्स 512 तीनों.
तो तीनों प्रो मैक्स 512. और टोटल कितने का पड़ा ये आपको?
ये पड़ा है 1,65,000.
1,65,000 फॉर वन. मतलब 1.5 लाख रुपए एक फोन के, और ऐसे करके आपने 4.5-5 लाख रुपए का स्पेंड किया. कब से प्री बुक किया हुआ था?
हाँ, ये 12 सितंबर को किया था.
12 सितंबर को किया था. और ये किस के लिए है? मतलब फैमिली में ही है या
वाइफ के लिए लिया और एक और फादर के लिए.
और कितने बजे से लाइन में लगे हुए थे? हम मुंबई में तो देख रहे हैं कि लोग लड़ गए हैं एक दूसरे से. यहाँ पे आप कितने बजे से लाइन में लगे हुए थे?
मैं 8 बजे आया था.
हाँ.
और लेकिन मेरा स्लॉट 10:15 का था.
अच्छा.
तो उस हिसाब से एंट्री मिली.
तो इन्होंने स्लॉट वाइज कर रखा है. हाँ. क्या सिस्टम है पूरा, एक बार मेरे को समझाएं.
मतलब अगर आपका स्लॉट का टाइम ओवर हो गया तो आपको एंट्री देते हैं फिर.
अच्छा, मतलब आपको स्लॉट्स दे रखे हैं प्री बुकिंग के हिसाब से, और आपको उस हिसाब से आना है, और जब आपका स्लॉट आ जाएगा तो
आपको चांस मिलेगा अंदर.
यहाँ काफी लंबी लाइन थी क्या सुबह जब आप आए थे?
हाँ, और लंबी थी अभी.
और लंबी थी.
हाँ.
हमें बताया जा रहा है लोग 12 बजे से रात 12 बजे से वेट कर रहे हैं.
हाँ, कुछ लोग नहीं. मैं तो सुबह ही आया हूँ. मैं तो सुबह 8 बजे आया था. स्लॉट मेरा पहले का था 10:15 का, इसलिए एंट्री मिल गई जल्दी.
वी हैव दीज इंडिविजुअल्स हु हैव इन फैक्ट got these in fact iPhone 17 series. In fact, the purchase has begun from today onwards. It was officially decided earlier and pre-booking was started, and today we have people lining up outside the iPhone store, in fact Apple store here in Saket, where you have these individuals lining up for their piece, their iPhone 17. We know that how the official purchase has begun from today onwards, and the cost, if we talk about the cost, so it is starting from 82,900 to in fact and is going till 1,80,000.
Apple
आईफोन 17 सीरीज़ जो है वो इंडिया में लॉन्च कर दी है और रात को 12 बजे से ही जो है लोग यहाँ पर लाइन में लगे हुए थे। आज सुबह में यहाँ पर 3000 से ज़्यादा का क्राउड हो गया था। दो गुटों के बीच में जो है वहाँ मारपीट भी हुई थी, लेकिन आखिरकार मुंबई पुलिस ने यहाँ पहुँचकर मामला संभाल दिया था। आप देखिए कि यहाँ पर लोगों की लंबी लंबी लाइनें हैं, लोग यहाँ पर आईफोन खरीदने के लिए आए। देखिए जिन्होंने नया आईफोन 17 खरीदा है वो लोग अभी इस लाइन में हैं और यहाँ पर ऐसे भी लोग हैं जिन्होंने ऑलरेडी आईफोन 17 जो मैक्स खरीद लिया है। तो आपने नया आईफोन खरीदा?
Yes,
कौन सा खरीदा?
17 Pro Max।
देख सकते हैं हम?
Yes, sure।
तो कौन से कलर का लिया आपने?
ब्लू कलर।
तो आप कितने टाइम से लाइन में खड़े थे?
नहीं, प्री बुक था, सो लाइन में वेट नहीं करना पड़ा ज़्यादा टाइम। तो
आपने प्री बुक ही कर लिया था?
ऑलरेडी प्री बुक किया हुआ था।
तो यहाँ पर लोग हैं जो यहाँ पर जो है एप्पल वॉच खरीदने के लिए भी आए हैं, वो लोग भी यहाँ लगे हैं। इसके अलावा जो इस बार का जो एयरपोर्ट है उसकी भी फीचर्स कई अलग है, वो अलग अलग लैंग्वेज में ट्रांसलेट करके देता है। और भी कुछ लोग हैं, आइए हम इनसे बात करते हैं। तो आपने आज जो आईफोन खरीदा कौन सा वाला खरीदा?
मैंने लिया है आईफोन 17 प्रो डीप ब्लू 256 GB।
इसमें कौन सा अच्छा फीचर लगा आपको?
सो इसमें मुझे पिक्चर इन पिक्चर वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग बहुत अच्छा लगा। इसमें ऐसा है फीचर, अगर आप कोई कॉन्सर्ट में हो या फिर कोई पार्टीज़ में हो, अगर आपको सामने का जो इवेंट हो रहा है उसका वीडियो रिकॉर्ड करते करते खुद का रिएक्शन लेना है तो दिस इज़ अ वेरी गुड फीचर जो मैं प्रेफर करना चाहूँगा।
Well, we are right now at the Apronic store where we see that today is where we see that iPhone 17 has been launched in India, and also there is a massive crowd at various Apple stores all across the country, and right now in Hyderabad as well many people are visiting the store to catch the glimpse, to buy and get first hand on the iPhone 17. Well, this is the very iPhone 17 which you are seeing right now in my hand, and also at the same time many people are also just having a glimpse at this very iPhone 17 which has been launched today. And also at the same time we'll just try and get a word from the store manager here, what he has to say, how is the response, because we see that there is a massive crowd, people are visiting the store to just get a glimpse and also if they can get a first hand on the iPhone 17. कैसा है रिव्यू? iPhone 17 आज इंडिया में लॉन्च हुआ है, हर जगह पे हम देख रहे हैं कि बहुत क्राउड है, लोग जो है वो iPhone 17 खरीदने के लिए, देयर इज मैसिव रश। आप यहाँ पे रिस्पॉन्स कैसा है?
It's a very good response coming from customers. Basically, this is Apronix Begumpet store, which is one of the flagship store of Apronix. So customers are very excited to grab the iPhone 17, especially iPhone Air, which is very sleek model. You can have a look, which is first time released in Apple, this kind of sleek model, and they are loving the feature. And we have opened the store in 8 o'clock in the morning, and people are waiting outside to grab the phone who have done the pre-order, and they are really happy to take the phones.
Do you see that there is a high sales when compared to previous series of iPhones? How do you see the sales of iPhone 17?
Obviously, year on year there is a massive growth in sales compared to last year. Like for example, if you say 16 models, now obviously there will be a 50% growth compared to last year, 40% growth.
With that, it's time for a quick break on this edition of Nation at 5. But news and updates continue here, so don't go anywhere.
Brought to you by This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Some more breaking news. US President Donald Trump reaffirmed his close relationship with Prime Minister Modi during a joint press conference with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Thursday, while expressing frustration that other Western allies continue purchasing Russian oil despite Washington's willingness to sanction even close partners like India. Trump says, and I quote, "I am very close to India. I'm very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day. I wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship, unquote. He once again reaffirms good ties with India. Listen in to Donald Trump's reaction.
That the European nations were buying oil from Russia. And as you know, I'm very close to India. I'm very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day, wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship. He put out a beautiful statement too. We have, but I said, I sanctioned them. China is paying a very large tariff right now to the United States. But I'm willing to do other things, but not when the people that I'm fighting for are buying oil from Russia. If the oil price comes down, very simply, Russia will settle.
All right, CNN News 18's Sanjay Suri is joining us live from United Kingdom at this point. Sanjay, we've seen off late Donald Trump has been speaking about his relationship with India. In fact, it started with when he posted on X that he shares a very special relationship with Prime Minister Modi and India. Now, once again, when he's in United Kingdom, in that press conference, he reiterated that. So can we say this is a major sign of thaw between India and United States as far as the tariff war is going on?
Well, it is certainly a thaw, but at the level of speech and at the level of communication, it hasn't spilled over yet into tariffs. It hasn't spilled over yet into any rethinking or revision of the decision on sanctions against India for oil imports from Russia. So we had the very pleasant communication reported to us on the birthday, very warm greetings, warmly reciprocated. And now that has been reinforced and reiterated at the press conference Trump held along with Keir Starmer at Chequers. Now this again is emphasizing a willingness for good relations with India, underlining personal good relations with Modi. But India is waiting really for these to spill over into action and consequences where they matter. The 50% tariff stands. The decision to oppose India's import of oil from Russia stands. There's no move to reverse that. In fact, on the contrary, we have a move now from the US government to revoke the sanctions. India had been let off sanctions over the Chabahar port in Iran, and that is being revoked now, so that in 10 days' time, as of September the 29th, India will not have the advantage of that waiver of sanctions that India has enjoyed for a number of years. So the US has made that move against India apparent today. It was announced by Secretary of State Marco Rubio. So at the level of actions, this is what we are getting from the US. At the level of language, this is what we are getting from Trump. At some point, this disconnect will have to end.
All right, Sanjay.
This is News 18 Network. India's largest news network.
Some more breaking news. US President Donald Trump reaffirmed his close relationship with Prime Minister Modi during a joint press conference with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Thursday, while expressing frustration that other Western allies continue purchasing Russian oil despite Washington's willingness to sanction even close partners like India. Trump says, and I quote, "I'm very close to India. I'm very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day. I wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship," unquote. He once again reaffirms good ties with India. Listen in to Donald Trump's reaction.
That the European nations were buying oil from Russia. And as you know, I'm very close to India. I'm very close to the Prime Minister of India. I spoke to him the other day, wished him a happy birthday. We have a very good relationship. He put out a beautiful statement too. We have, but I said, I sanctioned them. China is paying a very large tariff right now to the United States. But I'm willing to do other things, but not when the people that I'm fighting for are buying oil from Russia. If the oil price comes down, very simply, Russia will settle.
All right, CNN News 18's Sanjay Suri is joining us live from United Kingdom at this point. Sanjay, we've seen off late Donald Trump has been speaking about his relationship with India. In fact, it started with when he posted on X that he shares a very special relationship with Prime Minister Modi and India. Now, once again, when he is in United Kingdom, in that press conference, he reiterated that. So can we say this is a major sign of thaw between India and United States as far as the tariff war is going on?
Well, it is certainly a thaw, but at the level of speech and at the level of communication, it hasn't spilled over yet into tariffs. It hasn't spilled over yet into any rethinking or revision of the decision on sanctions against India for oil imports from Russia. So we had the very pleasant communication.
Welcome back to Nation at 12. We have some breaking news that's now coming in. The presidents of China and United States have now dialed each other. There's a phone call that has taken place between President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. This was a much anticipated phone call. US President Donald Trump had spoken about this. This was a scheduled phone call to take place between the two leaders. This comes at a time when US and China are in negotiations over a trade deal over lowering tariffs, reciprocal tariffs that the United States has levied on many countries, including India. Siddhant, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details. Siddhant, a deal over TikTok is also something that the two leaders were going to discuss. And it's interesting because it was Donald Trump during his first term who wanted TikTok banned, but now seems eager for its entry back into America.
Well, that's right, Poonam. This is the second time both leaders have spoken over phone. Last they spoke was in June, and that conversation lasted for about 90 minutes. As far as this particular conversation is concerned, we are still awaiting more details from both America and China. But so far we know that this discussion was mainly focused around the rare earth export control by China, the TikTok, as you rightly pointed out. For the fourth time, President Trump has extended the TikTok deadline to 16th December. Perhaps he wants the Chinese-based TikTok to sell its U.S. assets to the U.S.-based company, which will also require clearance from the U.S. Congress as it comes under the national security issue. Then there were the trade, the tariff, which was slapped by both sides on each other. They reached to 145%, perhaps after which they both decided to come up with a framework, and under that framework, both sides are meeting in Madrid to find out the solution. So right now, Trump's tariff on China stands at 30%, but still negotiation is going on between both the sides. So, this particular conversation is very, very significant. Also, given that Trump is pushing the European countries to impose sanctions, to impose tariffs on China, on sanctions on China and India for buying Russian crude. Perhaps this is also the conversation after Xi Jinping meeting Russian President Putin in Tianjin, Indian Prime Minister Modi in Tianjin. So definitely the main focus is going to be on the TikTok, the trade negotiations which are underway, rare earth export control, etc., etc. And also it will definitely, as Trump always says, that this would help to soften the position of both the leaders. But as I said, that details are still awaited. Both the Americans and Chinese have not come out with their readouts yet. So once we get the readout, be able to comment on this particular conversation.
Sure, do keep a track of that. For the moment though, Siddhant, thank you so much for getting us the latest. Shifting focus now to more news that's coming in, and this is a big thumbs up as far as India's economy is concerned. Japan's Rating and Investment Information Inc. has upgraded India's foreign currency issuer rating with a stable outlook. They've cited strong domestic demand, fiscal discipline and improved external stability. Pallavi, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details. Pallavi, this is not the first such upgrade that we've seen for India's outlook in the last couple of months. The timing is also significant given that it comes just a few days before GST 2.0 rolls out.
Absolutely, Poonam. In fact, this is the third upgrade of BBB, and this one, which is coming from the Japanese rating agency, essentially talks about it being stable. The economy is stable, which means it's resilient. It's resilient given the kind of global turmoil we are seeing, the backdrop of the American flip-flop as far as tariff is concerned, and it's also stable in terms of looking ahead. GST is going to be a huge factor as far as the positive economic growth is concerned, which is expected to spurt demand and supply and sales as well, especially as the festival season begins. So therefore, this is extremely significant. It also puts us in a very strong position vis-a-vis any of the negotiations that we are doing, not just with America, but with other countries as well, as far as the free trade agreements are concerned.
Right, Pallavi, like you said, this is the third such upgrade that's coming to the fore for India's outlook. GST 2.0, of course, rolls out from Monday in about 3 days from now, and that is expected to give us more green shoots as far as India's growth trajectory goes. But for the moment, thank you so much for getting us the latest. There's news now coming in. There's an update as far as the investigation in Disha Patani's home firing case is concerned. The Bareilly police has now arrested the 5th accused in this particular case as well. He was injured in a police encounter, shot in the knee. There is CCTV footage that was the key in apprehending this particular accused by the police, is what we're given to understand. Remember, on the 12th of September in Bareilly, there was a shootout outside Bollywood actress Disha Patani's home. Her family still resides there. The firing was allegedly over some comments that her sister has made. 2 of the accused were killed in an encounter. Now we're given to understand that another accused has been apprehended. All 5 who were believed to be involved in that particular case have now been apprehended. A pistol was also recovered from the spot where this particular encounter took place as well. Disha Patani's sister allegedly had made some controversial comments against self-styled guru Aniruddhacharya, which had triggered this backlash, especially on social media, that brought her under the target of the Goldie Brar gang. Amit, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more details. Amit, और क्या जानकारी दे सकते हैं? क्या 5 अपराधी अब गिरफ्त में हैं?
बिल्कुल, जो 5वां आरोपी है उससे बरेली से ही गिरफ्तार किया गया। इनकाउंटर के बाद गिरफ्तारी हुई है। जैसी जानकारी मिल रही है, पैर में गोली लगी हुई है, लेकिन गिरफ्तारी हो गई है। पुलिस की बड़ी कामयाबी बताई जा रही है ये। पुलिस अभी डिटेल इसके बारे में बताएगी कि किस तरीके से इसकी गिरफ्तारी हुई है, कहां से सूचना मिली थी, लेकिन अभी फिलहाल ये बताया जा रहा है कि यूपी एसटीएफ को बड़ी कामयाबी है। दिशा पटनी के घर पर बरेली में फायरिंग मामले में 5वीं गिरफ्तारी हो चुकी है। जी
अमित, ये भी बताया जा रहा था कि इन 5 आरोपियों में से 2 नाबालिग हैं।
देखिए, फिलहाल इस बारे में उत्तर प्रदेश पुलिस का कोई भी बड़ा अधिकारी इस पर कुछ बोलने को तैयार नहीं है। हाँ, पुलिस लगातार पूछताछ कर रही है इस पर। पुलिस इसमें डिटेल पर बताएगी।
जी अमित, धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए एंड फॉर गेटिंग अस दोस डिटेल्स। Now we'll get you some news coming in from the entertainment world, and this has to do with Deepika Padukone and her exit from Kalki 2. This comes after she reportedly demanded a 25% hike in fees and a 7-hour work shift. Reports also claim that while producers tried to negotiate, she remained firm. So what exactly is the inside story? Find out.
Another major project has reportedly slipped through Deepika Padukone's fingers. After her much talked about exit from Sandeep Reddy Vanga's Spirit earlier this year, the A-list actor has now officially exited from the sequel to Kalki 2898 AD. On 18 September, GenZ Movies confirmed the news on X, stating DP is not a part of the film anymore. According to a Bollywood Hangama report, negotiations broke down when Deepika allegedly asked for a 25% hike in her fee and insisted on a strict 7-hour workday. The producers, dealing with the film's heavy VFX schedule, reportedly worried that the limited shoot hours would push costs higher. According to the report, they even offered her a luxury vanity for rest in exchange for longer days, but she reportedly declined. Sources claim that even co-star Prabhas did not request a fee increase. Bollywood Hungama further reports that Deepika travels with an entourage of around 25 people and reportedly requested 5-star accommodation plus full food reimbursement for her team during the shoot. Producers allegedly attempted to scale this down, but she reportedly stood firm with her demands. The news has now left her fans stunned, especially since her role in the first Kalki film was significant. Earlier this year, she walked away from Sandeep Reddy Vanga's Spirit after reportedly requesting shorter working hours. Reports suggested she asked for an 8-hour day, a profit share, and a sizable salary, the conditions that allegedly
Welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Taking the vote chori allegations up a notch, Congress MP Rahul Gandhi has now appealed to the youth of the country, the Gen Z, to save the constitution, protect democracy and stop vote theft. The move has sparked a fierce backlash, especially with violent anarchic scenes playing out right in India's neighborhood, still afresh in everyone's minds. The BJP quickly seized upon Gandhi's appeal and questioned his intentions for India's stability. The BJP asks, is Rahul Gandhi seeking to create a Nepal-like situation here? Is Congress, through its rhetoric, inching India towards political anarchy? Rahul's vote chori charge is a separate debate altogether. If there is merit to those charges and how the Election Commission should take up those allegations. But how legitimate is it to galvanize support over yet to be proven charges by tapping into this Gen Z base at a time when India's neighborhood continues to be on the boil? India has always prided itself on the rule of law and democratic transfer of power, but these pillars are only as strong as the respect all political actors show towards them. When political leaders seek to mobilize the youth base for a revolution, quote-unquote, by any other means than the ballot, it inevitably will be questioned. Given that 70% of India's population is under 30, is this then a real threat for India, appeals like this? Or are politicians being foolhardy, delusional, by thinking India in 2025